How's it going, everyone? Waifu Collector here, and welcome to another edition of the JAV News Roundup. A lot of stuff has happened this May, and I really want to cover it, so let's just get right into it. I don't know what spurred this, but there's a lot of AV actresses that retired or have gone on a long hiatus that are saying that they're gonna be returning to JAV, which is very exciting. And first up is gonna be one of my all-time favorites, is Kurea Hasumi. Kurea has tweeted out that she has found a good agency to partner with and will be returning to JAV. In this new agency that Kurea has said that is gonna be a good partner for her return to JAV is a relatively new one called Guruguru Pro. But since she just announced her return to JAV, I don't expect her films to come out anytime soon because she didn't say anything about her shooting anything as of yet. And this usually take a few months to shoot, edit, and get all the contracts sorted out. But either way, I'm still very excited because as I mentioned, she's one of my favorites and I'm really excited to see how her return shapes up. And moving on to also one of my favorites returning to JAV, it's gonna be Momose Asuka, but this time she's gonna be going under a different name, Miss Aguri. I think I've already reported this a few months back, but she has been tweeted a lot under her new name Miss Aguri and all her social media accounts associated with that. But finally, we have concrete details on her return, and it's a film releasing this June 13th under the code HMN704 under Honoka. Misa has also announced that she's actually gonna be a travel exclusive under Honoka, Dust, and Royal. And like Korea's return, I'm also excited for this one because I love Momose Asuka as a freelancer, and I'm quite curious to see how she performs as a triple exclusive. And moving on, we still have some more revival news, this one coming from Hinano Kuno. Hinano Kuno is a Moody's exclusive wave actress who has been on a hiatus for a long time. She's still active on social media but she hasn't released anything since September 2024. As with Kurea Hasumi's announcement, since she just finished shooting, I don't think this film is gonna come out anytime soon, so I expect a few more months before her official return. And last for my revival news is gonna be coming from Anna. If you don't remember Anna, she's the half-Russian SOD star exclusive actress, and she didn't really last long in the AV industry. I think she only had less than 10 releases. But surprisingly, she actually posted that she's planning to return to AV as an actress soon, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But this revival news is quite funny to me because when she retired, she left the AV industry, she said that she's gonna be making more money and have more fame as an escort and offering her services elsewhere and not performing under the strict rules of AV. So it's quite funny to me that she announced that she's decided to return to the AV industry after bad-mouthing it. And before I move on to the transfers and retirement news, I just want to shout out this exciting news coming from Idea Pocket. They finally announced the new edition of their Beauty Venus series, and it's proving to be quite a unique one, being that it's called Beauty Venus Harem and it's not numbered in the series. This new entry to the series seems to be breaking the mold because not only does it feature more than 3 actresses, it also only features actresses exclusive to the Idea Pocket label, and it doesn't have any collab actresses joining in. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see, but I'm also excited for this one because one of my favorites here is Saki Sasaki gonna be appearing in this one, so I wanted to see how she interacts in a harem environment because she's never done this before. And I think the main one here is gonna be Momo Sakura, one of my all-time favorites, so I'm quite excited to see how this pans out. And with that out of the way, let's go into the transfer news. And first up is gonna be quite the biggest one that happened this past few weeks, and it's the completion of the 5 big name actresses that transferred to Moody's. I must say that Moody's really did a great job in this one because they signed 5 big name freelance actresses that will become exclusively to Moody's now. So let's go over the ones that I haven't talked about yet, starting with the third one being Haruhi Moka. Haruhi Moka has really been making a name for herself as a freelancer since her debut, and I'm actually quite enjoying her career and her releases. But now that she has signed with Moody's, I really wish that she stayed as a freelancer longer, but Moody's is a good studio, it's one of my favorites, so I have no qualms about that. And the fourth one that they announced is Rima Arai. Rima Arai is no stranger to Moody's, so I think this one was also quite predictable. Rima Arai has been a freelancer for a while now, but she has been doing a lot of Moody's films recently. She's even part of some Bako Bako Busters recent releases, so it's not really surprised that she's gonna be signing exclusively to Moody's. And the final one is really the big name one. It's Ichika Matsumoto, who is gonna be an exclusive to Moody's. Ichika is also no stranger to Moody's. She has been doing films for the studio for a while now, and I think even from her debut year, she's been doing Moody's films, and I guess their partnership has been quite successful since Ichika has stated that she really wants to stay with Moody's until the end of her life. So I'm quite saying I think that her contract with Moody's is quite a good one if she's saying that, and their working relationship is really great. I don't know what is gonna happen to her other exclusive studios though, because right now she's a DAS and Honoka exclusive, and I wonder if she's gonna go with the Wakamisono route of being a triple exclusive, where Moody's is just one of the 3 studios that she's exclusive with, but I'll be sure to report it when she announces it. But right now, all that we know is that Ichika is now a Moody's exclusive. Moody's has really signed some prominent freelance actresses here, so I guess their freelance label is gonna be less crowded now since they're now under their exclusive label. If you don't know, Moody's has like 2 codes, one for their exclusive actresses and the other one for their freelance stuff. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see since most of their frequent freelance collaborators now exclusive to them. And speaking of Moody's, if there's a lot of people coming into Moody's, there's one that's gonna be transferring out, and it's one of my favorites, and it's gonna be Fumika Nakayama, who's gonna be transferring to OPAI this June 13th. Another weird transfer, or sort of transfer here, is gonna be Rena Momozono. She's now gonna be an exclusive to 2 studios. Originally, she's just an exclusive to Fitch, but now she's adding Madonna to her exclusive list, so she's now a double exclusive. And her first release for Madonna is under the code JUR381, which is releasing this June 20th. And for my last piece of transfer news, it's gonna be a set of Madonna actresses who's gonna be transferring to Attackers. I'm not really that quite excited for this one except for one, which is gonna be Ryo Kuriyama. As we all know, Attackers is like a studio where actress' career go to die, so I'm quite worried about these 3. But I think Ryo Kuriyama has proven herself as a veteran now, and she's really been doing great, so I'm not quite worried about her. But the 3 actresses here, as shown on screen, is Ayako Muto, Yuri Hirose, and Ryo Kuriyama. And with all that, let's move on to some sad retirement news. First up being Yu Sasamoto. This one really came out of surprise for me because Yu Sasamoto just announced that she's gonna be retiring from the industry, and her last AV release will be the last one that she'll do. And this last release of hers was released all the way back in January, so it's quite surprising. I thought she was just taking a little break or something, but it's quite sad to see her go because I think she's an incredible actress, and yeah, she didn't even last more than a year in the AV industry and she's already gone. And another quite sad retirement is gonna be from Sakuragi Miya. This one is also surprising. Ever since she graduated from Valeno, I think she's been doing great as a freelancer, but now it comes out of surprise that she's gonna be retiring as well. The way she announced her retirement is quite interesting as well. Suddenly all her social media account under her Sakuragi Miya name disappeared, and she created a new one, and all her posts is like saying that, would you still love me if I'm no longer an AV actress, which is quite surprising to see in my timeline, to say the least. And for graduation news, I only got one that's quite interesting. With all these transfers happening around and people going exclusive, Mina Kitano has announced that she's going against the flow and is going freelance again since her going exclusive 4 years ago. So I'm quite excited for this one, as I think some of Mina Kitano's best films was released when she was still doing freelance. And with all those transfers and retirements out of the way, let's just move on to some fun social media news. With the first up being an exciting news coming from Junso Hiro, who has started posting in social media again since her affair drama with the baseball player came to light. So it's quite nice to see that she's back to the public eye, and I think she's also gonna be releasing some AV soon, so it's quite interesting to see. Another fun one that's quite interesting to see, and I'm gonna be watching out for this, is that Aoi Tsukasa has a summer project with 8-Man Pro. They mysteriously posted a bunch of dates, but I think this is just gonna be like a photo book release or some art exhibit or photo exhibit or something. But I'm still quite waiting for news because Aoi Tsukasa has been quite missing for a while now in AV, if you haven't noticed. So I wonder if this is also gonna be like a retirement event or something else. So hopefully it's not a retirement event, but yeah, I'm gonna be looking out for this one during the summer. And for my last social media news, I'm gonna leave you with the release of the music video for Fleurs. This is a new idol group composed of Ichika Matsumoto and Sumire Kuramoto. And what's quite interesting about this idol group is that this duo has somehow managed to connect with some bigwigs in the music industry and J-pop, as their debut single has some big names working under them. The arrangement was made by someone who worked with a few songs for AKB48, the biggest idol groups in Japan, and the lyrics and composition was made by someone who used to work with SMAP, a legacy male idol group, and the idol group of Kimotaku, one of the most recognizable names in the Japanese entertainment industry. So it's gonna be quite fun to see what this idol group does, especially starring Ichika Matsumoto and Sumire, two very popular AV actresses. So I'll be quite interested to see how this pans out as well. And that's gonna do it for me in this edition of the JAV News Roundup. If you'd like to keep updated with the happenings in the AV industry, please consider giving my channel a subscription, and thank you for watching.